Welcome to the Archer's Paradox, where we're going to be discussing traditional archery and putting out videos hopefully every week that will guide you and help you along your path to achieving success with a traditional bow. Today's episode, we're going to be working on building our first target. So let's get started. I've got myself some straw bales. And I like straw bales. They remind me of my childhood when I used to shoot with my dad. We used to use straw bales all the time. So I picked up 3 of them. I prefer straw over hay. And the reason we want the straw is that it outlasts hay because it's less prone to rot and mildew. So we're going to build 3 of these. We're going to stack them up on top of each other. We're going to use a ratchet strap to tighten them up so the arrows can't fit through the cracks. And then we're going to wrap the whole thing in a tarp. So let's get started and see how we can do this. Alright, so I've taken down the old target, and I'm actually going to use those foam blocks as a base in order to keep the straw bales off the ground. We have sprinklers here, so I don't want them getting wet when the sprinklers go off, so that should protect them. Now what we got to do is lay out the tarp and lay out the bale. Okay, now that we got that figured out and the bales are where they're supposed to be, let's take a look at these. These bales have gaps in between them right now. You can see my hand slides down there pretty easy because they're 3 different bales. They're just kind of put together. What I'm going to do now is I'll put a ratchet strap all the way around these and cinch them up as tight as I can get them so that arrows won't go through this spot here. I don't mind arrows hitting here. These, even though there's gaps here, I don't think I'm going to run into too much trouble. If I need to, I'll put a ratchet strap around both different directions, but I'm pretty sure we'll be able to get it. So let me get that strap in place and we'll come back and take a look at the next step. Okay, now that I've got everything ratcheted down, I use a simple ratchet here, pulled it as tight as I could, got it wrapped around. I can no longer put my hands in between these bales. They're pretty solid. Should give me the strength I need. So the next step is to wrap it up in the tarp. Alright, well here we go. After a little bit of struggle, I was able to pick those bales up and set them on a foam base. So I did put this base underneath them because I wanted it to be off the ground, waterproof, to make sure when the sprinklers come on I'm not getting water sitting on the bottom of the bales. Nothing's holding this up except for this 2x4. I got a 2x4 underneath it to lean it backwards a little bit, so it's just leaning up against my wall. Very stable. I can't move it by hand. So I'm pretty sure arrows aren't going to give it a problem at all. Alright, so we got the target built. It's not too bad. It's nice and sturdy. It's not going anywhere. This tarp, when it gets shot up a lot, I'll just replace it. It's only a couple dollars for a tarp. Prior to replacing it, I'll be able to use duct tape on it to cover up the holes if I need to. I'll also put regular targets on it. So if I want to hang a target on here of any certain kind, that'll work for me, so I won't have any trouble. Now as far as costs go, the cost of each bale was $4 at my local co-op. With $4 invested in that, I have $12 in the bales. I have another couple dollars in the tarp. I'm not counting the ratchet strap because I'm going to keep using that over and over again. I bought those a while ago. So basically, definitely for less than 20 bucks, you can have a good target set up. There are multiple ways of building targets. This is just one way. It's a way I'm choosing to do it right now. We'll cover other targets in other videos. Well, I hope you take time to subscribe, share this video, like it if you like, leave some comments. Let me know what you think, what you're using for bales, what you're using for targets, how you're going about doing it.